Hey everybody, Lego City Guys back here with a new video, finally. Sorry, it's been a month or maybe a month and a half since I've made a video, but I have been working and busy, but I have gotten some stuff done and I wanted to give you an update. As you can see here, the transit center is done, new transit center. If you follow my city, you'll know that there's a lot of transit in this city. Got a lot of monorail, a lot of transit centers, but we didn't have a bus facility, like a layover spot or a transfer facility for buses. So I thought this would be a good use of the space right here and help tie to the monorail, the actual airport monorail that goes to the airport. So let's get a little closer here and I'll show you what's going on. So here's an overhead view of the transit center. As you can maybe tell, that it's kind of a one-way system for the buses. They actually come in over there behind the fire station from the street. I'll show you that a little bit later, where they come in at from the street. And they come in over here where they can either lay over or they can go over there to the main drop-off place over there by the monorail, pick people up and take off if they don't have a layover. And then as you can see here, they kind of leave right there in an exit only for buses only. So yeah, I think it works out pretty well. I mean, it's a little congested, but look at the size of just how much this takes up. So I mean, there's not much else I can do. This is a huge space, and I think I did a pretty good job considering. And I'll zoom in over here and I'll show you what's going on with the monorail. So here's a close-up of the monorail station. As you can tell, it's elevated. It wasn't elevated before. I wanted to kind of bring it down to the ground level, but I think it looks a lot better with it being elevated. It's better use of the space because the platform is above ground, and it just looks better, I think. As you can see over there to the left, there's a stairwell with a landing that takes you up to the main platform there. And then on the platform there's some seating, there's some areas to keep you out of the elements a little bit, and there's a little place to buy tickets up top too. And then down on the bottom there you can see there's a ticket booth, some seating, and the wide area is a sidewalk. So here's a better shot of the monorail station. I'm going to try to move the camera over here so you can see a little bit better. And you can see the how the buses come in from the other side of the fire station. Okay, so here's a closer up of the sidewalk. As you can see, there's some little stop signs there and some lights. The sidewalk is there basically to give the pedestrians a safe access from the light rail station or from the monorail station out to the curb where they can catch streetcars and other transit. So, but the buses have to come in through that way, so this is the only way I can make it work. Basically, when a bus comes, the lights blink and you can't cross right there, and the buses come in that way. And then they exit over here like I mentioned before. So right here we have the bike share station. I've been adding these throughout the city over the last few videos. There's one at the airport, there's a couple downtown, and I'm going to add a couple more. But this is where you can grab a bike and ride it across town and drop it off at a different bike share station. So I think it's pretty cool. And over there to the right you'll see a little bike rack. That's just for private bicycles. So if somebody rides their bike over here and wants to take a bus or a monorail or something like that, they have a place to lock up their bike while they're gone if they have their own bike. So right here you have the streetcar station. So like I said, this is a transit center where you can take the streetcar, a bus, monorail, bikes, etc. So you can take the streetcar from a different part of town, come here and catch the airport shuttle, or you can get off a bus and walk out here and catch the streetcar. So as I mentioned, this is a one-way system, so the buses either come in and lay over or they go right through. The ones that lay over can easily kind of back out a little bit and exit right here. It is a secure area where only buses are allowed, so they have to trigger the arm to let them out, and then there's some do not enter signs to try to keep cars from coming in. So for those of you that follow my city, you probably remember that this all used to be the airport right here. So this monorail station over here used to be the airport stop. It's no longer the airport stop, so basically if you want to get to the airport you have to take one of these monorail lines and then walk a couple blocks over here and then catch this monorail, which takes you directly to the airport. So these stations aren't too far apart, about a block or so, 2 blocks. Although I think if you're going to the airport, you're just going to take a streetcar or a bus straight to the monorail station here. But either way, you do have access to the other lines to go downtown, and I think it works out pretty well. So as you might notice, some of the detail I added, there's a new traffic signal there going over the intersection, and you'll see that I've added all the new street lights throughout this part of the city. And I will try to show you closer up of the new traffic signal and some of the street lights that are throughout the city here. Another thing I worked on is bringing back the ferry and the ramp to the ferry. As you can see here, it comes right off the street here and cars just drive onto the ferry right here. So this kind of complements the transit center. So you could actually take a ferry over here and then catch a bus, a streetcar, or monorail. Again, very transit friendly city. Alright, some other work I did, I cleaned up and improved the beach area. Added some of the parts from the new beach set that's out right now. So it's not very custom, but you know, there's not much you really can do. It's just a beach. So I kind of like the set, and so I just added the set to the beach area. Added some wet sand, things like that. I think for the size of the beach it turned out pretty good, but I may do a little bit more to it as I think of some ideas. So there's a different shot of the beach area. Like I said, I didn't do a whole lot, just kind of cleaned it up. Added a couple of volleyball courts and palm trees and whatever. As you can see, there's also some new street lights I added over here on this part of the city as well. Stop signs and things like that. I am still working on detailing this area out. It's kind of a slow process, but I'm getting there. So yeah, that's really about it for this update. Pretty much you're looking at all the changes I did. The beach area, the ferry, and the transit center over here. My next project will probably be to extend the water back out to where it was, so I have more room here, and continuing to detail out the streets with some landscaping, stuff like that. And I need to start building the tunnel over here on the back side where the monorail leaves this area, goes through the tunnel onto the airport. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one.